Hi, my name is Dave Gates. I am the MYP coordinator at the International School of Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. I've been there 1 year now. I'm starting my second year in August. Previously, I was at Fukuoka International School in Japan. I was there for 7 years, mainly as the English language acquisition coordinator. I was always interested in meeting people from other cultures. When I was in high school, I befriended all of the exchange students, and so when I graduated from high school, I became a Rotary International exchange student, and I was an exchange student for France for a year after graduating high school. And then that interest of learning other cultures and languages and people never left me. And after I graduated from college, I did the JET program, the Japanese Exchange Teacher Program, where I was an assistant language teacher in Akita, Japan for 2 years. And then I came back to the States. I got my teaching license. My wife is Japanese, and so we lived in Denver for a while, and where I taught at public schools. But after a while, my wife was missing Japan and she wanted to get home, and I started looking at the possibilities of maybe teaching internationally. And I told my wife right away, I said, you know what, I'm a licensed professional teacher. I don't want to go work at a language school in Japan. I want to be an actual teacher. And so that's where I started exploring the world of international teaching. And one thing that was really eye-opening for me is I had this misconception that international schools were all 100% expat kids. It was 100% American kids, British kids, and as an English language acquisition teacher, I thought there's no work for me. I will never be able to work internationally because I teach English to people who are learning English. And I found out quickly, no, I was actually in pretty high demand because many of the students at international schools come from the local country or come from the host country. So there are certainly people at schools who need to continue to develop their language. I think a big skill that's really developed and been reinforced is this concept that context is everything, and what might work really well in one country, one place, one school. For example, things that worked in Colorado, it was a very different context working in Japan, and things that worked in Japan don't always apply in Mongolia. So we have to be really flexible if we want to be successful, and we have to be willing to adapt to the local culture and the local context of the school and the students. One thing I'm aspiring to do is, having completed 2 courses in the PTC, is I'm starting my journey towards leadership as a newer MYP coordinator, and I aspire one day to be a principal. And I think one thing I really aspire to do is to bring others up. I want to grow teachers so we can have a positive outcome for students. So it's really exciting for me to grow my leadership skills so I can have a greater impact on the teachers around me and therefore the students around me. I would tell them absolutely, you should absolutely do it. It's life-changing. You will never be the same person again. It broadens your perspective, it opens your mind, and you won't be the same person that you were before you had taught overseas. It's totally life-changing and totally worth it for all the amazing teachers, students that you'll meet from all over the world. So it's an absolutely amazing opportunity that you should jump on. But you have to be willing to be flexible and willing to change and to learn, because as you start your journey on becoming an international teacher, if you have this really fixed mindset that, oh, this is what I learned in my teaching program or in my country, and it's going to be applicable overseas. It may, but we have to be flexible and have to be willing to learn. I wish I had known just how diverse international schools are today. I think they are very different than those old expat or embassy schools from 30, 40 years ago, where it was primarily native English speaking kids. It's a very diverse community, which is really powerful. That's, to me, one of the best things about international education is the diversity of the students. And I wish I had known that earlier, because then I would have wanted to become a part of it earlier.